Greetings, Bat fans and Brick fans. Here's how I built my mock of Batman's Justice Buster suit. The Justice Buster appeared in 2014 during Scott Snyder's Endgame story arc. Batman used the Justice Buster to take down the Justice League after the Joker had infected them. The suit contained weapons and gadgets to allow him to stop each member of the Justice League, including Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman, and even Superman. First, I'll show you some pictures of my mock, then describe each of the gadgets as I built them, and then finally talk about some of the building techniques that I used. So let's take a look at some of the weapons and devices that Batman incorporated into the Justice Buster suit to allow him to defeat the Justice League. First, he had on the back of the left arm here, here's the bind of veils they used against Wonder Woman. Then he had the frictionless coating dispenser. It's right here near his right shoulder that was used to trip up the Flash, make him slide and slip into a building. Then when Aquaman came along, he had the magnesium carbonate dispenser right here on the back of, I believe it was the back of his right arm, and that's sprayed the stuff backwards and he captured Aquaman. Then, of course, he was ready to take on Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, or Vic Stone, Cyborg, but they didn't come along. He did, however, prepare to fight Superman. So he had inside the knuckles these miniaturized red suns. He called them his red dwarfs, which allowed him to hit Superman with pretty devastating force. To counteract Superman's heat vision, he had these plasma shields, which we're just going to attach. Oh, and arm popped off there. Which we're just going to attach here. Okay. And then finally, when he was nearly defeated, he of course had the kryptonite gum, which he used to chew and then spit into Superman's face. Oh, and that's popping off too, but hey, it's Lego right there inside. As you see, a Batman minifigure would fit inside here, and leaving this hollow space allows his cowl to stay on. And that's pretty much most of the devices. Now we're going to talk about some of the construction techniques that I used to recreate the Justice Buster. This is not a full how-to video, but it should give you a pretty good idea of the parts you'll need and some of the techniques I used. As I mentioned earlier, I started by making it similar size and some similar construction techniques to the Hulkbuster set. This was the 2015 set, I believe. And put that out of the way. But from there, made a lot of deviations. I find it's easy. We break it down into individual sub-assemblies. So here we have the legs. Oh, that's popped off. The main thing with the legs I like doing, this was similar to the Hulkbuster, is using these ball and socket joints here at a 90 degree angle. That allows it to give this like hunched over bent look, but still gives you enough play to pose it. And speaking of posing, I had a lot of trouble putting it into a running or walking pose until I added these toes. Just like real humans, I guess, adding those toes really makes it more stable. So I don't always do that with mechs, but I will tell you, it makes a big difference. Then here, as you can see, there's a lot of snot plates and brackets on here. You can look, basically each side, there's one of these snot brackets that coming in from the side. And it's a good technique pretty much with any mech you build. It allows you to add whatever details you want. So we have here simple 2x2 curved slope, 2x2 plate, and a little grill tile, pops right on. And then from there, in this size mech, I find this type of brick here with the two balls sticking out the side works really well for hips, gives you really good posability. And similar with the thighs as with the legs, just using these snot brackets on the side, you can see, allows you to attach them. These little curved slopes, not sure what they're called, are great for thighs. It gives you just the right slide, and it sort of looks like a kneecap. So I think those work really well. And then right here on top, 2 of these 1x2 brackets go in, little grill in the back, and then jumper plate in the front, and a little, I'm not sure what that type of tile is called, but it worked really well. So overall, looks good, a lot of posability, works really well. For the upper, I'm going to start here, pop off the arms so I can show you these pieces here, the shoulders, and there, and there. The core of this was this, I think it's a 6x6 inverted with double convex, I think is what it's called. They're often used in castle parapets. For this size mech, it's perfect. Gives you that nice tapering waist, and it makes a pretty solid frame for it. Again, from there, adding in the toe balls, sorry, not toe balls, but actual balls. They go, those bricks go in, leaving enough space for a minifigure to sit down. Closes pretty nicely. Speaking of which, using these 3 droid arms in the back, attaching to the brick with the bar and the plate with the bar here, gives you a lot of movability here. I like personally being able to have it, the head leaning forward a bit, so it sort of looks like a chin. You may prefer to have it flush or even back, your preference, but that allows you to really kind of slide it in the way you want. The arms, these are Bionicle or Hero Factory shoulder, I think they're called pauldrons, attaching onto the arms themselves. Then from here, we go into the bricks, and then from there, use Bionicle fingers. I like adding thumbs, you know, and yes, there's only 3 fingers, no big deal, nobody notices, nobody cares. Those pull in, really makes it look like a fist. And to get the thumb in the side, it's pretty simple. 1x2 plate with the horizontal bar. On the back, pretty simple here. 1x1 tile with the round piece on the, sorry, 1x1 plate with round piece on the side. The lasso, I believe that was like an Indiana Jones lasso, pops right in. And there you go. Simple thing to recreate the red dwarfs, adding in 2 of the red trans-clear studs. Other arm, same thing, just the opposite, no problem. The shoulders here, really wanted, you know, the look to be kind of like a linebacker, and just like the actual Justice Buster of the comics. This little piece here, it may come off easily, but adding in the inverted curved slopes up here, the little studs with the hole on top, so I can put the claws in. It looks pretty good, and it doesn't really impede the movement at all. And yeah, finally, for the head, right here, little trans blue studs, gives me a nice little eyes look. The actual Justice Buster, I think the ears, or whatever they were called, were sort of tilted back. I'm not sure really how to do that, so I have them standing up straight. If you can come up with a better way to do that, I would really love to see it. Maybe some type of ball and socket type attachment to have them leaning back. But either way, use the snot brackets in here and the curved slopes. Gives it, I think, a pretty good look. Tile on top, slides in. And then finally, I always like using Batarangs. This was from, I think, the app-controlled Batmobile set, and clips on really well, looks good, and it makes it a distinctly bat-like vehicle. As before, these arms pop back in. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's the only thing. If the arms go up too high, it will disrupt and disengage these shoulders, but hey, you know, no big deal. And then finally, pops right back in, the waist and the legs assembly, and there we go. Okay. Oh, and obviously the plasma shield, it's just a, there was a 3x3 round disc, pops right on the arm, right there, and he's ready to fight Superman. All right, well, and there we go. Would love to see if anybody can make any improvements on this. If you have your own, please send me some pics. I think it's a pretty good mock. Been working on this for a while, on and off, and I think it turned out fairly well. It's a little bigger than minifigure scale, but overall, I'm pretty happy with it. And until next time, you know, this is what I got. Maybe in the future, I'll make some more modifications to it, post into the video. Let me slide that around so I can get another good look from the side there. All right, until next time, this is Batbrick39.
And here it is next to the Hulkbuster and the Warbuster. If you enjoyed this, be sure to like and subscribe. Till next time, this is Batbrick39.